We're jumping straight into the stack of sources you shared today, cracking them open to find the most useful nuggets.
Yeah, absolutely. Our mission for this deep dive is really all about helping you get a handle on American English slang and, those informal expressions you hear constantly.
The ones you definitely don't find in standard textbooks.
Exactly.
Exactly. This is kind of your shortcut to understanding how native speakers really talk in, casual situations. You'll hear these phrases everywhere: movies, YouTube videos, just chatting with friends.
And grasping this level of language isn't just about understanding. It's also pretty key to sounding more natural yourself when you're speaking English informally.
For sure. So what we found in the material you sent over are like 5 really common expressions that pop up all the time in everyday American conversations. Let's dive in.
Okay, sounds good. So the first expression our deep dive highlighted is hang out.
Ah, yes. Hang out. This one feels really fundamental to casual social time. What did the sources tell us about what that actually means?
Well, at its core, hang out means to spend time with someone in a relaxed, casual way. There's usually no specific agenda or formal plan involved.
Right, it's not like we're meeting for a business lunch or we have tickets to a show.
Not at all.
The examples in the material really show this, like asking a friend, do you want to hang out this weekend? It just implies spending some relaxed time together.
Or describing what you're doing, or just hanging out at the mall, not necessarily even shopping, just being there.
Exactly. What's interesting, and the material points this out, is that the casual nature means you can even use hang out to describe spending time by yourself.
Yeah, which might seem a bit odd at first, but it makes sense.
Oh, that nuance is important, like I'm just hanging out at home tonight.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you're lonely or anything.
No, not at all.
It just means you're relaxing at home, maybe watching TV or reading, but not actively doing anything specific or going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's about a state of relaxed being.
Exactly right. It's that sense of unstructured, easy time. So if you want to try using this, think about those informal moments. Maybe ask, want to hang out sometime?
Or just say, I love hanging out with my friends on the weekend. Simple. Okay, let's move on to the next one from our deep dive. What's up? This one is everywhere.
It really is. You hear it constantly. And thankfully, the sources clarify something important. It absolutely does not mean you're asking about things that are physically high up in the air.
Yes, crucial distinction. That would be confusing. It's purely a casual greeting, isn't it?
Totally. It's like saying hello, or maybe a very informal how are you, all rolled into one short phrase.
In the typical exchange, as shown in the examples, is super simple. Someone might walk up and just say, hey man, what's up?
And the response doesn't need to be a detailed life update. That's really key.
Right. That's part of its casual nature. The material suggests common, simple answers like not much or all good.
Yeah, or sometimes people add just chillin' and then toss it back. You.
So it's designed for quick, easy interactions. Kind of smooths the way into conversation without demanding a lot of info.
Exactly. So yeah, give it a try as a greeting. What's up? And maybe practice those short responses. Not much. You.
Nice. Okay, up next from your sources is no big deal. This phrase seems incredibly useful for navigating social dynamics and keeping things light.
It really is. Using no big deal basically communicates that something isn't a problem, or that the other person doesn't need to worry about whatever it is. It minimizes perceived trouble.
Yeah, the examples make it really clear how this works. Think about thanking someone for a small favor, like, thanks for helping me move that box.
Right. And a common response to show it was easy and they didn't mind would be, oh, no big deal.
Or say you're a couple of minutes late to meet someone and you apologize. Sorry, I'm late.
Yeah.
They can use this phrase to immediately ease your concern, let you know it's okay, by saying, it's no big deal.
Instantly makes you feel better. It's a great social lubricant, like you said.
So you can use it as a standalone phrase, just no big deal. Or maybe in a slightly longer sentence like, it's totally fine, no big deal.
Yeah, both work. It just signals ease and forgiveness or lack of concern.
Okay, expression number 4 from this deep dive is crash. Now, you mentioned sources that clarify. This isn't about car accidents in this context.
Yes, definitely important context. That's where informal language can be tricky words having multiple meanings.
For sure. So in this slang context, crash means what exactly?
It means to sleep somewhere, specifically somewhere other than your own home, usually in a pretty casual or temporary kind of arrangement.
Right. It often implies an informal situation, maybe unexpected or without much planning.
Yeah, that's often the vibe. The example showed this perfectly. You might ask a friend after a late night out, hey, can I crash at your place tonight?
Okay. Or describe where you ended up sleeping.
Yeah.
The party went super late, so we just crashed on the couch.
Exactly. It suggests a less formal sleeping arrangement than, say, being a planned house guest with a prepared room.
Makes sense. The material also points out a related, very common use. I'm going to crash early tonight.
Oh, right. Good point. And that doesn't mean you're sleeping somewhere else necessarily.
No, it just means you're going to bed much earlier than usual because you're, extremely tired.
It still carries that sense of collapsing or falling into sleep quickly, though. That's the connection.
Ah, okay. Good distinction. So for practice, you could try phrases like, I'm going to crash here tonight, if you need a place to stay.
Or, wow, I'm so tired, I think I'll just crash early.
Got it. Finally, let's look at the fifth expression our sources highlighted. Bummer.
Ah, bummer. Yeah, this is a short, concise way to express that something is disappointing or unlucky.
Right. It's usually used for, minor frustrations or misfortunes, not huge tragedies.
Definitely. It's often a reaction. Imagine you're looking forward to something and then it can't happen. Like the examples, ugh, it's raining again and I wanted to go for a walk.
Your reaction expressing disappointment is, what a bummer.
Exactly. Or if someone tells you about a small problem they had. Ah, I missed the bus this morning.
A quick way to show sympathy and acknowledge it was unlucky is, bummer, man.
Yep. It's incredibly versatile for those moments when something isn't great, but it's not, the end of the world.
Just a quick, casual way to show that something is undesirable or disappointing.
You'll hear people use it simply as, that's a bummer, or just that short empathetic sound, oh, bummer.
Okay, that was a quick run through the 5 expressions we pulled from the material. Let's do an even faster recap, just to lock them in.
Good idea. So we looked at hang out, meaning basically to spend time casually.
Then what's up? That go-to casual greeting like, hello.
No big deal. Used to say it's okay or not a problem, don't worry about it.
Crash somewhere, referring to sleeping somewhere informally, or just crashing early if you're tired.
Yep. And bummer for expressing disappointment about something minor.
Okay. Now, wrapping up with some practical advice from the sources. I think the biggest takeaway is that slang like this is really all about context.
Absolutely. That came through loud and clear. The material emphasizes when you should definitely not use these.
Right. Keep them out of formal writing, definitely emails to people you don't know well.
And especially job interviews. Probably not the best time for what's up.
Agrees. Probably not. But they are perfect for chatting with friends, sending text messages, or in any really casual conversation.
That's where they sound natural and, help you connect.
So the most useful tip the sources offered is simply to, practice.
Yeah, it makes sense. The best way to get comfortable is to actually try using them out loud. The suggestion was to try incorporating just 1 or 2 of these expressions into your conversations this week.
It might feel a little strange at first, maybe a bit forced.
Sure, it can.
But that active practice is how you make them feel like your own and really embed them in your understanding and your active vocabulary.
Well said. So thanks everyone for joining us for this deep dive into the material on American English slang.
Yeah, we hope breaking down these common expressions helps you feel maybe a bit more confident navigating those casual chats and gets you one step closer to sounding, like a native speaker.
And hey, consider sharing these insights with anyone else you know who's learning English. They might find these little nuggets just as useful.
Definitely. And here's a thought to leave you with, something drawn directly from exploring how these simple phrases function. How does actively using new expressions, even just trying 1 or 2, change the way you feel about your connection to the language itself, and maybe even to the people who speak it every day? Something to think about.